An actor stands on stage during an awards show, wishing he could be ugly just for one day. Gripping his trophy, he delivers the punchline, explaining that he is ugly every single day. The audience laughs and applauds, but the cheers feel completely unwelcome to him. He thinks they only laugh because he is not handsome. Just as a truck's headlights glare at him, lying injured on the ground, he remembers finally winning the supporting actor award. As his life fades, he regrets his final words were about his looks, calling it a meaningless end. He faintly hears a song about being born to be loved, and questions if it could apply to him. On the street, shocked bystanders can only stare at the tragic scene unfolding before them. The dying man dismisses the thought, believing he is too ugly for that as he questions the song. He finds himself in a vast white space, wondering if this could possibly be heaven. He feels confident, thinking that if he does not deserve to be in heaven, then no one does. He was Lee Han-jo, an acclaimed supporting actor also known as the Angel Without Wings. His reputation came from being serious about his volunteer work and the donations he made. The actor recalls making a large donation, though he wished he could have given more, and so he knows there are limits to his career and wonders if an angel will come to guide him. Suddenly, a glowing message appears right in front of him, stating he is born to be loved. He is stunned by this, recognizing the phrase from the song he heard just before his death. The screen changes, telling him to state 3 wishes but warning that everything has a price. The man is completely bewildered by the situation, wondering if heaven is a contactless system. He calls out for an angel, insisting his good deeds deserve a proper reward as the screen changes. The screen repeats its offer, but Lee Han-jo feels rushed. He knows a chance to be reborn is rare, but the system's warning about a price still lingers. He considers the consequences, accepting that nothing in life is free. Undeterred, he decides it is worth the risk to make his wishes anyway. A confident smile spreads across his face as he contemplates the 3 wishes he is about to make. For his first wish, he audaciously asks for a quintillion wishes, questioning why he should settle for only 3 when anything can be granted. And so the system responds, explaining that in exchange, the law of causality will be adjusted as the price for his good deeds. The message is clear. He becomes worried, feeling like he just stepped on a landmine. He decides he needs to be cautious with his remaining wishes to protect himself, and his second wish is for good health. He holds up 2 fingers, understanding that physical well-being is the foundation for everything else in life. He then turns his attention to his third and final request, the one that he desires more than anything else. With a slight blush, he makes his most heartfelt wish to be reborn as a conventionally handsome man. He dreams of playing lead roles and giving back to those in need. A message appears, confirming that his wish will be granted. The system acknowledges him as a good person and approves a new life based on his deeds and the adjusted law of causality, much to his surprise. He is told this is his reward for living virtuously. A blinding light engulfs him as the system gives him one final command: do not forget. And so sudden force sends him reeling backward, and he cries out as he is thrown through the empty white space. As he continues to fall, the final message echoes around him, reminding him that he is a person who was born to be loved. And so his consciousness fades as he passes through a strange portal, with snowflakes gently falling all around him. The first thing he feels upon waking is a deep, bone-chilling cold. He finds himself lying inside a simple cardboard box. His body feels frozen stiff, and he tries to call for help, but the only sound that escapes his lips is the helpless wail of a newborn baby. He can hear a child crying and slowly comes to the shocking realization that the cries are his own. He looks down at his own tiny hands and feet, the unbelievable truth of his situation slowly dawning on him. He finally accepts his fate. Since he died in his previous life, it only makes sense that he could be reborn into a new one. He questions his terrible fate, wondering why he is freezing to death the moment he is reborn into the world. Left in a box at a doorstep, he knows crying is the only thing a helpless baby can do to get attention, and he cannot believe his good deeds led to him being an orphan, and he feels his vision fading as the cold sets in. Just as he is about to lose consciousness, he hears a distant voice shout that there is a baby outside. A nun picks him up, her face filled with shock. In his mind, the baby silently thanks her for saving him, and she looks at him with pity, remarking that whoever abandoned him could have at least chosen a warmer day. The nun comforts the crying child, who internally notes that his new baby voice actually sounds quite cute. But with a warm and gentle smile, she then offers the shivering infant something to drink from a bottle. As she feeds him, he realizes with some surprise that he is drinking baby formula for the first time. He worries that being reborn as an orphan will cause his adult intelligence to regress, feeling like he was scammed. But then, the nun suddenly gasps, looking down at him with an expression of complete astonishment. She exclaims that she has never seen such a pretty baby before, which leaves him utterly confused. The woman continues to praise his big eyes and cute nose, saying he is even prettier than babies on TV. Her words trigger a sudden memory of the third wish he made just before he died, to be conventionally handsome. He recalls the system's message which had confirmed his wish would be granted, and a look of understanding crosses his face. He realizes his wish was indeed fulfilled as he looks up at the nun's admiring expression, and she gently checks his temperature, relieved that he seems perfectly fine despite being left in the freezing cold. He finds it strange he is not sick, remembering he is a fragile newborn and not a resilient adult. The nun coos over how healthy he seems, remarking that he is exceptionally so for a newborn in his situation, and this reminds him of his second wish for good health, and he understands that this wish was also granted. Having confirmed his second and third wishes, the reincarnated actor now wonders what became of his very first request. The kind nun continues to hold him, patting his back gently as he lets out a small hiccup. He looks up at her with a serious expression, silently thanking her for the care she has shown him. He can tell her loving gaze is sincere, and as she cares for him, he grabs her finger, wishing her well in his thoughts. The baby then flashes a bright happy smile, which catches the nun completely by surprise. She is captivated by his charm, hugging him tightly as a strange text box suddenly appears before his eyes. And so, the message states that he pleased the sister with his bright smile, leaving him utterly bewildered. A second message follows, informing him that 100 love and peace coins have been generated, adding to his confusion. The system then asks if he wants to use the coins, but he is too shocked to understand what is happening. At that moment, he remembers his very first wish to change the number of wishes to a quintillion. He wonders if this strange system is the result of that wish. It seems plausible, so he decides to try it out. Unsure how to proceed, he thinks about how to use the coins, and a new message instantly appears with instructions. He tries to shout the required phrase but only baby gurgles come out. In his mind, however, he says the words clearly. The system accepts his command and asks how he wants to use the coins. He clenches his fists in frustration, unsure of his options. While he is distracted, the nun suddenly winces and complains that her back hurts, startling him, and he looks up in alarm, worried that he might have caused her pain by squirming too much in her arms. She reassures him it is nothing, just a sign of getting older. He is touched by her selfless nature. He feels that a good person like her deserves to be blessed, but he is unsure how he could possibly help her. Just as he thinks this, the system prompt reappears, once again asking how he would like to use his coins. A realization dawns on him as he recalls his first wish, suspecting this might be the power he asked for. He wonders if everything will happen as he says. He decides to test this power by wishing for the sister's back to be healed completely. The system confirms that it will cost 100 coins to heal her. With determination, he mentally agrees to proceed with the wish. Suddenly, the nun is shocked to find her back pain is gone. He is amazed that the wish was granted so quickly and effectively. She mentions her back used to ache whenever she lifted him. She asks if something is wrong, noticing he is acting a little strangely. But then, a sharp, intense pain shoots through his tiny body as the system's warning flashes before his eyes. The sudden agony is overwhelming, causing him to cry out in shock and fear as bright energy surges around him. An X-ray view reveals the source of his suffering, showing the pain concentrated in his lower back area. The nun is startled by his sudden screams and tries to soothe him, completely unaware of what is happening. He realizes this is the price for his wish. The nun's chronic back pain has been transferred directly to him. The kind woman, now free from her own pain, worries that the baby is uncomfortable and tries to adjust her hold. And she rocks him gently. She asks how he is feeling. He knows the pain is temporary, lasting only about 10 minutes. Once the pain subsides, he smiles, feeling it was a small price to pay so the kind sister would no longer have to suffer. Now living in an orphanage, he begins to get used to his new life and the strange powers he possesses. He reflects on his situation, happy to have a healthy body and good looks, along with the ability to grant wishes, and so his ultimate goal is to debut in showbiz again, but he knows being an orphan will make the beginning of his journey difficult. He worries that con artists might target him, but he knows the biggest issue is that he is just a newborn. As he rests in his crib, he ponders the challenges that lie ahead on his new path to stardom. Later, notifications appear, showing he has earned more coins simply because his sleeping face made the sister and someone named Noah happy. He now understands how the system works. He can earn coins by making others happy with his cuteness. Spending those coins grants his wishes, but each one comes with a side effect. The back pain was brief but proved the system was effective. He is amazed by the power of his wish, knowing how difficult a herniated disc is to cure. His ability managed to fix it in a single moment. The baby then remembers the system's warning about adjusted causality, and he starts to understand the consequences of his wishes. He wonders if becoming an orphan was the price for his grand wish. He calls it a bizarre ability but accepts this new life he fought for. Despite the strange circumstances, he reminds himself that he is at least handsome and healthy, which is a good starting point. The child is filled with determination, vowing to become a lead actor in this life and star in every single blockbuster movie. As he kicks his legs with excitement, a nun walks by and assumes the little one is just waking up from his nap. She lifts him from the crib, and he is surprised that she seemed to understand his movements so easily. The sister then shows him a small metal tag, explaining that his name Gangja was written on it when he was found. He stares at the tag where the name Gangja is clearly engraved, questioning if this is truly his new identity. The baby silently processes this new information, trying to accept that this is now his name in this new life. A shocking realization suddenly hits him. His name is the same Ongja, from the famous ancient saying by Confucius. A comical image of the philosopher flashes in his mind as he processes the old-fashioned name he has been given. The nun says the family name is rusted, suggesting they can give him a new one. The baby, however, looks very unamused. She then looks at him with a gentle expression, saying she is sure he will be adopted by wonderful parents soon. He immediately understands she is talking about adoption and begins to seriously consider what his future might hold. And so the timing is important, but he knows that the kind of parents he ends up with will be the most critical factor. He thinks about people who adopt for selfish reasons and decides staying at the orphanage is a much safer option for now. The baby babbles and holds the nun's finger, thinking to himself that she is a truly good person who deserves happiness. He decides to use his coins to help her. A notification appears, stating the sister is happy hearing his cute babbling. As she holds him close, the system awards him one more love and peace coin for making the kind woman happy. He notices the coin reward has shrunk significantly and considers saving his coins for a bigger purpose. The nun affectionately calls him cute, but he pushes aside his hesitation, determined to help her. He points his finger, activating the system, which asks how he would like to use his coins. The baby babbles with a determined look, mentally wishing to make the kind sister completely healthy. However, a red notification immediately appears, informing him that he does not have enough coins for the wish. The system then explains that it costs 1,000 coins, a huge jump from the 100 it took to heal her back. This makes him wonder if her health is truly in bad shape, and he realizes he needs a new strategy to save coins. He decides the only way to earn more is to be overwhelmingly cute to generate more love and peace. As the woman looks at him with adoration, a system message confirms he has earned 1 coin for his cuteness. His adorable antics earn him another coin, and the sister continues to praise how cute he is. He tries various cute expressions and poses, but each action only earns him a single coin at a time. The nun is completely charmed by his efforts, finding him too cute to handle as she holds him. He becomes frustrated, realizing that no matter how hard he tries, he only gets 1 coin at a time from a single person. The baby concludes that to earn coins faster, he needs a bigger audience, but he is unsure how to achieve that. Just then, a young boy runs in announcing guests have arrived, which the baby sees as a golden opportunity. The nun smiles, ready to welcome the visitors. In his mind, the baby welcomes his new potential source of coins. A woman's voice calls for the boy No, who says another sister has his eczema medicine. Another nun enters, telling Sister Teresa that Ms. Masujang has arrived and they should dress the baby nicely. Hearing the name Masujang sends a jolt of shock through the baby, who seems to recognize it. Meanwhile, an elegant woman in high heels walks confidently down the hallway of the orphanage. The baby recalls a memory of Masujang with a man in a black suit, confirming his suspicions, and she angrily told the man she hated this kind of arrangement and refused to participate any further. In his memory, the chaebol here declared that she could not stand being around children at all. Back in the present, the doors to the room swing open, revealing a bright light from the hallway. The elegant woman enters the room as the nun holds the baby, who is now wearing a cute hooded outfit. She stands with an imposing and serious aura, her expression unreadable behind her stylish glasses. The baby looks at her in disbelief, confirming with himself that the nun did indeed say her name. He remembers her as the beautiful third daughter of the Sungjin group and a popular actress. He also recalls her fiery temper and impressive filmography, but there is something more important he remembers. The baby is shocked because he clearly remembers that Masujang is supposed to be dead. He glances at a nearby calendar to check the date, trying to make sense of the situation. The calendar shows January 2024, a date that sends a jolt of disbelief through his mind. He realizes he has not just been reincarnated but has actually traveled 20 years into the past. The baby is stunned, now understanding he is seeing the actress 20 years before her time. A man tries to persuade the woman to hold the baby for a promotional photo, but she is hesitant. The baby now understands she is here for a promotional photo shoot for her family's company. The woman continues to refuse, making it clear she does not want to participate in the photo shoot. He feels a strange sense of rejection, even though he has not even tried to win her over yet. With a determined look, he decides to use his special ability to change her mind and get his photo taken. He activates his power, wishing to take a photo with her. The system informs him it will cost 3 coins. With a determined look, the baby babbles pee pa pa and mentally confirms his decision to proceed with the wish. The system immediately announces the side effect: a red spot will appear on his foot and burn for 1 minute. Just as the notification predicted, a small fairy red spot materializes on the sole of his tiny foot. He lets out a sharp cry of pain, startling the 2 nuns, who quickly ask what is wrong with him. The baby squirms in the nun's arms, frustrated that his short baby arms cannot reach the burning spot. Tears well up in his eyes and stream down his face as he continues to cry from the unexpected pain. His loud cries successfully draw the attention of everyone in the room, including the film crew and Ma Sujong. The elegant actress turns her head, her previously indifferent expression now replaced with curiosity. With teary eyes, the baby looks exceptionally pitiful and cute, capturing the hearts of the onlookers. The camera staff is immediately charmed, and a notification appears, granting him 10 love and peace coins. The crowd begins to murmur about how adorable he is, praising his dark eyes and high nose. More notifications pop up as the managers are also captivated, earning him a total of 40 new coins. One of the female staff members approaches the nun, asking what the incredibly cute baby's name is. The sister sadly explains his name is Gangja and tells the staff the story of how he was abandoned at the convent, and the staff members are moved by his tragic story, their expressions filled with sympathy for the poor child. The baby knows that to make the tragedy more impactful, he needs to act bright and cheerful. He starts babbling and waving happily at the audience, his cheerful demeanor contrasting with his sad past. The staff is deeply touched by his resilience, and he earns a massive 50 coins from each of them. The baby's plan works perfectly, as he successfully manipulates the emotions of the entire room. Masujang, who has been quietly observing the scene, thoughtfully repeats his name to herself, and he is confident that his good looks have even managed to captivate the usually aloof Ma Sujuang. The actress hesitates, worried the baby will cry if he sees her, but the nun assures her that he is a gentle child. The baby reaches out and grabs her dress, thinking to himself that this is all for the convent's promotion. He flashes a bright, winning smile, mentally urging the actress to give him the coins he has been working for. The nun happily points out that the baby seems to like her, but the actress is still skeptical. She says that all babies hate her, recalling how her own daughter would cry whenever she held her. The sister points out that this baby is smiling and reaching for her, encouraging her to give it a try. The woman slowly and nervously extends her hands, unsure of what to do with the small child, and so, her movements are stiff and awkward as she prepares to hold a baby for the first time in a long while. She fumbles with him for a moment, clearly uncomfortable and out of her element with the small child. He gives her a reassuring smile and a cute babble, letting her know that he will not cry. A strange feeling washes over the actress as she looks down at the happy baby in her arms. Her expression softens and a light blush appears on her cheeks as she is unexpectedly charmed by him. She quickly asks for hand sanitizer, much to the confusion of the nun, but she insists. After cleaning her hands, she gently lets the baby hold her finger, a small smile playing on her lips. She is completely captivated, exclaiming how cute he is. She asks his name, which the baby finds a bit strange. The woman is even charmed by his name, cuddling him close and calling it pretty as well. The baby is a bit bewildered by her sudden change of heart, wondering if this is what people call baby therapy. He then remembers his main goal and subtly tries to remind the actress about the coins he is expecting. The actress is still amazed that he is not crying, reflecting on how even her own child used to cry just at the sight of her. The baby babbles and gently pats her cheek, thinking that no child could truly hate their own mother. The actress stares at him, admitting that even though this is the first time she has seen him, he feels strangely familiar, and so tears well up in her eyes as she looks at the baby, feeling a deep, unexplainable connection to him. She feels as though she has met him once before in a past life and leans in to give him a gentle kiss. In a tender moment she holds him close, a warm, angelic light surrounding them as the photographer captures the scene. The photographer, caught up in the beautiful moment, continues to snap pictures without realizing he is interrupting. He apologizes sheepishly, admitting that the subject was just too good to miss the perfect shot. The actress, still emotional, continues to look at the baby with tears in her eyes, lost in her thoughts. The baby reaches up and gently wipes away her tears, trying to comfort the crying woman. She is surprised by his gesture, asking if he is trying to comfort her, and he responds with a soft touch. He gently places his tiny hand on her lips, and she responds by giving his cheek a soft kiss. The baby is internally frustrated, knowing this was a perfect opportunity to earn coins, but the photographer ruined it. As the woman continues to hold him, she gently massages his foot and discovers the small red spot. She is shocked by the mark, and the nun is also surprised, admitting she had not noticed it before. The actress begins to cry again, much to the baby's confusion, as she stares at the spot on his foot. She tearfully asks why he has a spot in the exact same place as her son Maru. The baby is surprised to hear the name Maru, not Mari, the daughter she had mentioned earlier. The woman holds him tightly, reminiscing that her son Maru was also this small when he was a baby. The nun tries to comfort her, but the baby now understands that Maru was the actress's son. The woman continues to cry, saying her son also passed away early and was just as pretty as this baby. The actress tells the nun she wants to raise the child, feeling a strong connection she cannot explain. The baby is completely shocked by her sudden declaration, not expecting this sudden turn of events. The woman then turns to the nun and asks if she can take the child with her, but the baby silently refuses. She looks down at the baby, gently calling his name and asking if he understands what she is saying. With a bright, hopeful smile, she asks if she can be his mother, but the baby still silently rejects her offer. A week later, the nun asks the baby if he thinks the actress will really come for him as promised. The baby recalls the actress saying she would consult a lawyer for the adoption details, and she had also explained that since her divorce, she lives alone, as her daughter now lives with her father. The woman had promised to give the baby the best of everything, from a big house to the finest clothes and food. The baby, however, is not swayed by her promises of a lavish lifestyle, focusing instead on his own mission. He dismisses her offer as a rich woman's whim, determined to collect his coins and help the sister. But just as he thinks this, the actress returns to the convent exactly 1 week later, just as she had promised. She arrives covered in snow, apologizing for her appearance as she nervously brushes herself off. The nun is surprised to see her, and the actress immediately asks for hand sanitizer before doing anything else. The woman then looks towards the nursery, where the baby is sleeping peacefully in his crib. She calls out his name, her voice filled with emotion, and tears begin to well up in her eyes again. The actress apologizes to the nun, admitting her sudden decision to adopt a child she just met was impulsive, and she knows her actions do not make sense, but she cannot help the feelings she has for the baby. She explains that since that day, she has not been able to stop thinking about him, no matter what she does. The nun then reminds her of the spot on his foot, warning her that she will not let her adopt him based on a mere coincidence. The baby admires the nun's courage for speaking so harshly to a major sponsor, knowing she truly cares for him. He predicts the actress will get angry, but he is surprised by her unexpected response. She admits that she knows the spot is just a coincidence, which leaves the baby a bit confused. The woman then confesses that her son was not as pretty as this baby, a surprising and emotional admission. Even the nun agrees that the baby is exceptionally beautiful, which only confuses him more. The actress explains it is not just his looks, but the fact that he comforted her and did not cry in her arms. The nun asks if she has discussed this with her family, but the woman explains that she lives separately and rarely sees them, and she looks at the baby and says she knows he will likely cause trouble as he gets older, just like her daughter. But she wants to be there for it all, determined to love and raise him for the rest of his life. A memory flashes in the baby's mind, his own mother from his past life, an ill-fated actress who died young. He remembers the kind of mother she was, and how much he had loved and respected her, and this memory helps him make a decision, realizing he may have already made his choice back then, and so he now desperately wants to prevent the tragedy that befell his mother in his previous life. The actress tells him she will be his mother and raise him well, her words echoing the system's message. A notification appears granting him a massive 1,000 coins for delighting the actress. The baby smiles, grateful for the coins that will allow him to repay his debt to the kind sister. The actress explains to the nun that she had been standing outside for a long time before another sister let her in. The nun listens, her expression unreadable as she processes the actress's emotional confession. The actress tells the baby she knows he does not hate her, and that thanks to him, she has made up her mind. The kind nun closes her eyes, a small, knowing smile on her face as she accepts the woman's decision. The nun smiles, genuinely happy that the baby has found a good parent to care for him. The actress thanks the nun, promising to raise the child well and provide him with everything he needs. The sister then asks if she plans to keep the name Gangja, and the actress considers it with her own family name. The baby is horrified at the thought of being named Magangja, the combination sounding utterly ridiculous to him. He begins to cry and thrash in her arms, silently begging for a different name, anything but that. The two women, however, misinterpret his cries as a sign of excitement, much to his frustration. 4 months later, a child's voice can be heard shouting his refusal from inside the convent. A young boy, No, is upset, questioning why his little brother is being taken away from him. He pleads for them not to take the baby away, but a nun gently explains that Gangja has found a good mother. The boy is heartbroken, crying that he will never be able to see his little brother again. The baby remembers that it was this boy who had found him and saved his life that cold winter day. He decides to use his coins to help the boy, wishing for him to be healthy for his entire life. The system confirms the wish will cost 30 coins, and the baby mentally agrees to proceed. As a side effect, tears will stream down his face for the next 3 minutes, making him look even more pitiful. The actress and the nun are surprised by his sudden tears, as he rarely cries. The boy approaches, telling the baby to remember him as his older brother, and promises they will always be family. The baby notices the boy's eczema has not fully healed, but he is glad the child is at least well fed. He silently promises to never forget the boy who saved him and vows to find him again once he becomes a top star. He then turns his thoughts to the nun, wishing her a long and healthy life so she can continue to help other children. He uses his remaining coins to make the sister healthy, but the side effect is that he will fall down every 10 steps for the next year. He accepts that everything comes with a price, but he is still frustrated by the constant side effects. The baby waves a small goodbye to the convent, and the actress asks if he is saying farewell. The nuns and No wave back, wishing him happiness as he leaves for his new life with his new mother. The actress holds him close as they walk away, a silhouette against the bright sky, ready to start their new life together. He is impressed by the super expensive foreign car waiting for them, a clear sign of his new family's wealth. He is even more amazed by the high-quality car seat, a level of luxury he has never experienced before. The actress smiles, promising that her new son will always have the very best of everything from now on. The baby is determined to earn more coins and decides it is time to use his charms to show his filial piety. He babbles and reaches for her, activating his power to make a wish for his new mother's health. A red notification appears informing him that it will cost a staggering 30,000 coins to make her healthy, and he is shocked by the astronomical number, wondering if his new mother neglects her health because of her wealth. He is filled with worry, realizing he cannot live without his mother now that they are a family, and so he hopes there will be a large audience at her house that he can charm to earn the coins he needs. Upon arriving, they are greeted by an older woman, the matriarch of the Sungjin group, and his new grandmother. The baby is dressed in an adorable bear costume, but his new grandmother coldly refers to him as that thing. He is shocked and offended by her callous words, a fiery anger building up inside him. A tense atmosphere fills the room as the two women face each other, lightning crackling in the background. The older woman tells her daughter to get a hold of herself, reminding her that this child is not her deceased son. The actress calmly replies that she knows and that this child's name is Gangja, not Maru, and she holds him up for her mother to see, her expression firm as she stands by her decision to adopt him. The actress proudly presents the baby, asking her mother if he is not cute in his little bear costume. The older woman's expression remains cold and unimpressed, her eyes narrowing behind her glasses, and she coldly orders her daughter to take the child away, threatening to throw him out herself if she does not comply. The baby, not one to be defeated so easily, decides to try a different tactic to win her over. He strikes a cute pose and makes a funny face, hoping to charm the stern matriarch with his adorable antics. He is surprised when his cute act does not seem to work, but then a notification appears on his screen. He has earned 200 love and peace coins, as the grandmother was secretly pleased by his animal impression. The older woman tries to maintain her composure, but her shaking hand betrays her amusement. The actress seizes the opportunity, pointing out that since the baby has brown hair, he is not a black-haired beast. Later, the baby is bombarded with notifications as the internal promo photo is shared among the staff. He is amazed at how easily he has collected over 1,000 coins just from the household staff seeing his photo. He realizes that the key to earning coins quickly is to get his face seen by as many people as possible. He decides to use his coins to post the promo photo on a popular website to maximize his exposure. The system informs him that uploading the photo to a large online community will only cost 2 coins. He eagerly agrees, striking a pose as he confirms his decision to proceed with the wish. The side effect is that for 1 month, his mother's personality will become more bold and brazen. The news of the adoption has spread, and rumors are flying about the actress and her new son. A maid tries to comfort the actress, telling her not to worry about the malicious gossip. Another maid reminds her that she is used to being criticized, but the actress is more concerned about her son, and she declares that she will not let her son be dragged down by her reputation and insulted because of her. The maid nervously asks the ass what she plans to do about the rumors, but the actress is unfazed. With a confident smirk, she declares that she will fight back against the malicious gossip. The baby is inspired by her fighting spirit and decides to help her by using his special ability. He wishes for paparazzi photo of his mother, and the system confirms it will cost 200 coins, and the side effect is that for the next 3 minutes, he will throw anything he touches, which he thinks is an easy price to pay. And so his mother then hands him a small toy, unaware of the side effect that is about to take place. He immediately throws the toy across the room, much to his mother's and the maid's surprise. The actress looks at him with a confused expression, wondering why he would suddenly throw his toy. The baby is flustered, realizing his plan to simply not hold anything has failed spectacularly. His mother misinterprets his action, thinking he just does not like the toy she gave him. Later, the actress takes him to a large department store, ready to put their plan into action, and she tells him to pick out anything he wants, ready to spoil him in front of the public eye. The baby is impressed by her commitment, realizing she is serious about fighting back against the rumors. A photographer hiding in a car nearby gets ready to capture the moment, confirming that everything is set. The baby knows this is the perfect moment to execute the final part of his plan to help his mother. He calls out "Mama," a word he has been practicing for this very moment, hoping to create a heartwarming scene. The actress is stunned, taking off her sunglasses to look at him in disbelief. She asks if he really just said "Mama," her voice filled with a mix of shock and hope, and he calls out to her again, proud of his efforts to perfect the word, and she is overjoyed. As she gives him a loving kiss, a notification confirms he has earned 30 coins, hitting 2 birds with 1 stone. A man looks at a photo of the actress and the baby, wondering if he is her adopted son. The actress confirms that he is, deciding it is better to make the news official rather than letting tabloids spread rumors. And so her agent worries that she will be seen as exploiting her son for money, but she has a plan to counter that, and she tells him that they will donate all the proceeds from the photo shoot. Much to his surprise, the donation will be made in the baby's name to the convent where he was found, a move sure to win public favor. The agent is shocked, now understanding why she has been cramming her schedule with so many photo shoots, and she explains that these are shoots she can do with her son at their home, keeping him comfortable. The concept for the main photoshoot is the daily life of an actress mom, a wholesome and relatable theme. A nanny plays with the baby on set as the photographer complains that they were forced to go along with the actress's idea. He admits that she is overwhelmingly beautiful in person, but her perfection feels almost unnatural. He worries that shooting with a baby will be difficult, fearing he might cry and ruin the photos, and so he knows that even the actress's patience will be tested, and he sees the shoot as a celebrity selling out her adopted kid. His assistant agrees, and the photographer complains about his job, feeling uninspired by the setup. Just as he is complaining, the baby calls out "Mama," and the actress's expression immediately softens. She greets him with a bright, loving smile, her entire demeanor changing as she interacts with her son. The photographer and his crew are completely stunned by her genuine and heartwarming expression, and they are amazed at how natural and loving she is with the baby, looking like a real mother and son. The photographer is instantly inspired, realizing this is a shot he absolutely has to take. He yells for the shooting to start immediately, ready to capture the beautiful, authentic moment. And so the actress shields the baby's eyes from the bright lights, but he knows the intense lighting could be harmful to a child. The baby, remembering his past life as a luxury supporting actor, is determined not to be intimidated by the photo shoot. He closes his eyes for a moment, gathering his composure before facing the camera with confidence. With a professional attitude, he sits among the toys, ready to give the performance of a lifetime. He strikes a charming pose, winking at the camera with a playful and confident expression. The photographer is completely captivated, snapping photos from every angle, unable to resist his charm. He finally lowers his camera, overwhelmed by the baby's incredible performance, and calls for a short break. The actress asks him how the photos are, and the photographer admits he could keep shooting forever. He then confesses that he has no idea what he just shot, his mind a blur from the whirlwind of perfect moments. The actress is confused, but he assures her she will understand once she sees the photos for herself. She is stunned by the results, unable to believe the beautiful and expressive photos on the screen. The baby knows that a perfect face is not enough. It is the range of expressions that truly brings a photo to life. The photographer is amazed, admitting he never imagined they would get such incredible shots with a baby. He explains that the baby's flawless features and incredible liveliness create perfect proportions in every photo. He notes that most child models can only manage 2 or 3 expressions, even with their mother's guidance. But this baby, he says, has dozens of expressions, a rare and impressive talent for someone so young. And the photographer declares he would bet his career on the baby's talent, calling him a genius. And the actress knows the photographer rarely gives compliments, so his high praise carries a lot of weight. He confidently states that once the magazine is released, the whole world will agree that the baby is a face genius. The magazine sells out completely, requiring an emergency reprint to meet the overwhelming demand. News of the photoshoot and the actress's generous donation spreads like wildfire, leading to a revaluation of her public image. The actress's manager, Lee Mi-jin, bursts in, reminding her that they have to seize the opportunity while the tide is high, and she pulls the exhausted actress along, telling her they have to move quickly as their schedule is piling up. The actress complains that she is dying from exhaustion, but her manager reminds her that this is a golden opportunity. She cries that she is too busy and does not even have time to see her son, showing her manager a video of him. In the video, the baby is asked if he has anything to say to his mommy, and he sweetly calls out for her. The actress is heartbroken, pleading with her manager to let her see her son, who is growing up so fast. She shows the manager another video of the baby, asking how anyone could resist such a cute child. This finally breaks the manager's resolve, and the actress runs off to see her son, leaving her manager behind. She explains that her son has called for her 4 times, and she cannot ignore his pleas any longer. And she runs into a man on the street and begs him to let her go home, but he tells her it is not possible. He explains that they are having some trouble with the shoot, and he needs her to stay on set. So, he tells her the child actor for the shoot is causing problems, and he knows she is worried about the same thing. And so the actress understands immediately, knowing that the child actor keeps crying whenever he sees her. The director explains that her character is a zombie, slaying warrior who also has to deliver a baby in a crucial scene. And he knows it will be a tough ask, but he has a special request for her that might solve their problem, and he suggests that for the movie's promotion, her adopted son could play the role of the baby. The actress is stunned by his proposal, unable to believe he is asking her to let her own son act in the movie. Back at home, the baby is enjoying his bottle as the maid asks the actress what is going on. The actress is still processing the director's offer, and the maid waits patiently for an answer. As the baby drinks his milk, he overhears the actress say that the director wants him for the movie, and he is shocked. The baby is shocked, realizing that director Hyo is the famous Hyo Bong-pal from his past life. He remembers the director as a major figure in the film industry, known for his blockbuster hits. This means his mother is filming the mega hit zombie movie that he was a huge fan of in his past life. And the actress explains that there is a scene with a baby, but the child actor keeps crying, and they cannot edit it out. And she says the director saw the magazine shoot and thinks her son might be able to do the scene without crying. The baby is ecstatic, waving his arms and silently begging to be chosen for the role in his favorite movie. His mother and the maid are surprised by his sudden excitement, as he is usually a very calm baby. The actress is still hesitant, worried that a film set is too chaotic and dangerous for a small child, and she also fears he might get sick, but the baby silently shakes his head, determined to get the part. She considers quitting the movie to stay with him, but he knows he has to use his coins to convince her, and the system confirms it will cost 200 coins to get him the role, and the side effect will be itchy eyes for 5 minutes. He accepts the deal, and his eyes immediately turn red and start to itch, but he tries his best to hide it. The maid asks the actress what the baby wants, noticing his strange behavior since they started talking about the movie. The actress remembers the photographer calling him a genius and wonders if he has a natural talent for acting, and so the maid agrees, pointing out how happy he gets whenever she takes his picture with her phone. The actress realizes the maid is right, and that he always looks directly into the camera lens, and so she interprets his itchy eyes as a sign that he wants to be in the movie, a way of telling her not to worry, and she is now convinced that he is trying to communicate with her, even though the maid is skeptical, and so she is now certain that he wants to be in the movie, her excitement growing with each passing moment. He knows his mother is still healthy, and he sees this as a chance to collect more coins and become a top star. On the film set, the actress is dressed in full military gear, looking ready for action, and so she worries that her son will cry when he sees her in the rugged costume, but he has a very different reaction. The baby's eyes light up with excitement and admiration as he sees his mother in her warrior outfit. He is in awe of her, thinking she looks like a real warrior, strong and cool in her uniform. The maid is relieved that he is not scared, and the actress asks if he can still recognize her. The director arrives on set, excited to see the baby who has been praised so highly. The baby looks up at the director with a bright, charming smile, ready to impress everyone on set. The director and the crew are instantly captivated by his adorable and confident presence. The baby's mother is playing a character who lost her own child and is carrying deep trauma. In the movie, she saves a baby from a horde of zombies, a pivotal moment that helps her overcome her trauma, and the baby now understands that his role is to be the child left behind in the midst of the zombie attack. He is confused, remembering that this tear-jerking scene was cut from the final version of the movie he saw. He realizes that the original scene was likely cut because the previous baby actor kept crying. The director is still worried, questioning if such a small baby can handle the scene on a high platform, and so, the baby now understands that his mother will have to climb up to save him in the scene. He is unsure how to act, as the director cannot give him acting lessons, and he is just a baby. The crew members are busy preparing for the scene, their faces tense with concentration. The actress is fitted with a safety harness, her expression a mix of determination and nervousness. The director calls for action, and the camera begins to roll, all eyes on the baby and the actress, and so the baby looks out at the set, thinking about what he would do if he were in that situation for real. He closes his eyes, focusing his energy and preparing to deliver a powerful and emotional performance. He opens his eyes, his gaze filled with a bright and innocent light that contrasts with the dark world around him. The scene is set in a post-apocalyptic city, where zombies roam the streets and hope is a distant memory. In this bleak world, a lone baby stands on a high platform, a beacon of innocence in a world of despair. He knows that a baby in this situation, knowing nothing of the horrors around him, would simply shine. He lets out a bright, happy smile, his innocence a stark and tragic contrast to the grim reality of the world. This unexpected expression doubles the tragedy of the scene, making the audience feel an overwhelming urge to save him. The director is so moved by the performance that he forgets to call cut, completely captivated by the moment. The crew members are equally impressed, praising the baby's powerful and impactful performance. The director decides to go with this new, unexpected take, seeing the genius in the baby's performance. He calls for Stanby, and the actress, now fully immersed in her role, prepares for the next scene. She takes a running start, her movements fluid and powerful as she prepares to leap across a gap. She soars through the air, her body a graceful arc as she reaches for the platform where the baby is. Her eyes are filled with a fierce determination, her focus entirely on saving the child from the dangers below. She lands on the platform with a thud, her body absorbing the impact as she protects the baby in her arms. The director and the crew are stunned by her incredible stunt, their faces a mix of shock and awe. The actress lands safely on the mat below, the baby still cradled securely in her arms. She lets out a small groan of pain, the impact of the fall taking its toll on her body. The crew rushes to her side, worried that she might be injured, but she is more concerned about the baby. She looks down at him, her eyes filled with a mother's love as she calls out his name, her voice soft and gentle. The baby calls out to his mother, his voice filled with concern as he sees her lying on the mat. He knows she must have taken the brunt of the impact to protect him, and he worries if she is truly okay. He gently touches her face, trying to get a response, but she is still dazed from the fall, and she opens her eyes, her first thought being of the baby's safety, and she is relieved to see he is unharmed. And she tries to get up, but the pain from the fall is too much for her to handle on her own. She asks the maid to take the baby, her voice weak as she struggles to sit up. He feels a pang of guilt, knowing that she was injured because she was protecting him during the stunt. He decides to use his coins to help her, determined to heal her injuries and ease her pain. He wishes for his mother's injuries to be healed, and the system confirms it will cost 5,000 coins. The side effect is that he will cry for 10 minutes, and the system warns him to be cautious of dehydration. The actress suddenly feels a surge of energy, her pain and injuries miraculously disappearing. She is confused by the sudden recovery, unsure of what just happened to her body. She sits up, her body feeling completely fine, as if the fall had never even happened. The baby watches her, relieved that his wish worked and she is no longer in pain. The crew members ask if she can move her arm, and her manager rushes to her side, full of concern. She smiles, assuring everyone that she is fine, but they still urge her not to push herself too hard. Her first thought is of the baby, and she quickly looks around to make sure he is still safe. The crew parts like the Red Sea, revealing the maid holding the baby, who is now crying from the side effect. He is wrapped in a warm blanket, his face streaked with tears as he endures the 10-minute crying spell. His eyes are filled with a mix of sadness and relief, grateful that his mother is safe, even if it cost him a few tears. The actress and the director are surprised by the baby's sudden outburst of tears. He cries loudly, his small body trembling as he endures the side effect of his wish. The maid explains that he is not the type to cry like this, and the actress worries she has scared him, and she apologizes to him, feeling guilty that she might have startled him with her sudden fall. He feels powerless, realizing that if it were not for his coins, his mother would have been badly hurt because of him, and she comforts him, assuring him that she is right there with him, and he cries for 10 minutes straight. Later that night, the actress and the maid talk about the incident, both still shaken by his desperate cries, and so the maid tearfully admits how worried she was when she thought the actress was seriously injured. The actress, looking at her sleeping son, reflects that she has never been afraid of getting hurt before. She acknowledges her fiery personality, but this time, she realizes she needs to be more careful. The thought of getting hurt and making her baby cry is a new and powerful deterrent for her. She knows that her son only has her, and she feels a deep sense of responsibility to protect him, and she watches him sleep, admitting that her back was in a lot of pain after the fall. But she says that when she saw him crying, her own pain seemed to disappear, as if by magic, and she wonders if her maternal instincts are kicking in, a new and unfamiliar feeling for her, and she reflects on her past, regretting that she did not try to understand her own daughter better. The maid asks what she means, and the actress begins to open up about her daughter Mori. She admits it is still a painful memory, but she knows that no matter what, she is still her mother, and she recalls how she was more worried about her daughter getting a fever from crying than her own feelings. The actress tells the maid that a mother's love is unconditional, a lesson she is only now beginning to understand. The maid comments on the daughter's hot temper, and the actress wryly admits she does not know who she takes after, and she then admits to herself that her daughter takes after her, and she resolves to try and contact her again. A memory of her young daughter Mari flashes in her mind, a sad reminder of their strained relationship. The grandmother, meanwhile, tells the maid that the baby is no help to her daughter and that she needs to throw him away. She warns the baby not to think he can stay just because of his cute face, but he is unfazed by her threats. She threatens to kick him out herself when the time comes, her words a stark contrast to her gentle hold, and she says she needs to get rid of him before she gets too attached, but her actions betray her words. The baby knows she is full of malice, but he also senses that she likes his face, and he plans to use that to his advantage. He knows that looks can fade, so he needs to find a way to make her want to see him more often. He spots a cane in a playhouse and gets an idea, a new plan forming in his clever mind. He decides to use his coins to make his body smell like lemongrass every time his grandmother visits. The system confirms the wish will cost 200 coins, and he knows the scent is effective for muscle pain. He accepts the deal, and the side effect is that he will not be able to taste anything for 7 days. The next time his grandmother visits, she is surprised by the pleasant scent in the room. She picks him up, her expression a mix of confusion and curiosity as she tries to place the familiar smell, and she holds him close, trying to figure out where the soothing scent is coming from. She realizes the scent is coming from the baby, and he silently confirms her suspicions. He then gives her a small, affectionate kiss on the cheek, a calculated move to win her over. She is completely taken aback by the unexpected display of affection, her eyes wide with surprise. A jolt of something akin to lightning seems to pass through her as she processes the strange and heartwarming moment. The baby worries that he has made the wrong move, fearing he has angered the stern matriarch. The old woman stammers, her hand on her cheek as if she has just been slapped, much to the baby's confusion. A notification confirms that the grandmother was delighted by the kiss, and he earns a massive 800 coins. He realizes that the combination of aromatherapy and his cute baby charm is a killer combination. The grandmother, however, quickly regains her composure and tells him to get away from her, and so she calls him a hindrance to her daughter's life, saying it is a good thing she is taking care of her own daughter now. She mentions the movie premiere, but she is still critical of her daughter's choice to star in a grotesque zombie film. The baby is surprised to hear that the premiere is so soon, a sign that time is moving quickly. Just then, a maid announces that the actress has arrived, and the grandmother's demeanor instantly changes. She gently places the baby on the sofa, a move that he knows is a sign of her trying to hide him, and she orders the maid not to tell her daughter she was there, her voice firm and commanding. That the baby thinks she is being dishonest, wondering why she would not want to see her own daughter. Just as the grandmother leaves, the actress bursts in her face alight with a bright, happy smile. She scoops him up in a big hug, telling him how much she has missed her little angel. She holds him close, her voice soft and loving as she asks if he was a good boy while she was away.